Well, the last section is in. The last floor joist is in. I'm going to add a couple little tiny modifications. I didn't get it exactly right. You can see that I came up a little bit short trying to move it in. It's just about 1/8 of an inch too wide. So I wasn't able to slide it quite all the way in. So it's kind of sticking out the back a little bit. So, but it's on top of the 4x4s, so it has support. So structurally sound. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Skylar's in number 5, and I'm standing on number 6 floor joist. Structurally, all the main components are done. We've got all of our braces bolted into the steel brackets. Our cables, oh, I still need to put clamps on those cables. I have 1 clamp, but I have 2 extra for each of those to tie up the loose ends. The shimming at the bottom is done so that the braces aren't going to go anywhere. You can see those down there at the very bottom. So the main structure is done. Now we start calculating the floor planks and come up with a plan for putting those down. I haven't decided exactly how I want to do that yet. But so I want to waste as little wood as possible. We'll probably go with 1x6 pine planking treated. So that's looking like it's going to cost about, I don't know, $150 for the wood. So that'll be the next piece that we do. And I have to find a way to keep this thing, you can't tell here on the video, but as you step across these beams here, the whole thing wants to swing, wants to spin around the tree trunk because there's nothing holding it to the tree. It's just hanging around the tree. So the whole thing is just a suspended, moving assembly. So I want to find a way to stabilize the whole thing because I really don't want it moving when there's half a dozen people up here. So viewed from the bottom, next to the ladder of death, you can see I have all of the floor joists in. And I don't know if this shows on the video very well. Hold the video there, Skylar. As you can see, stand over here. The whole thing is shaking because it's not tied down to anything. So we'll find a way to brace that back up. Treehouse. Got stuff on the lens. Sorry. And we've got the first floor done. So now and some of the detail here is, I just cut it along the seams of each of the joists, and because those are already joined together. And one of the things that I thought to do after I'd gone a few is to cut along one of the diagonals. Instead of trimming off a square piece and wasting all these little triangles, I cut this piece along this. I actually lined it up down on the square end, cut it here, and then flip that piece over and use it here so that I don't get quite as much waste on all the little corners. So that's definitely going to save a little wood overall when we're done. And it seems to be fairly sturdy. Skylar and I are both up here out on the edge, and I'm jumping, and it seems to be doing just fine. I've got some other detail done. I finished tying up the cables. They've got 3 clamps on them now, and so they're kind of neat, put away. I've got all the hardware on the bottom of all those bolts tightened up, so the structure is completely cinched down. And now we just have to do this floor, and once this is the first floor, and we get the other 5 floors done, then we're going to build some walls, and we're going to build 6 basically stud walls with windows in them. So we'll have basically a guard railing, and it'll be basically like a gazebo. And we'll have windows to look out and a guard railing, so it'll be safe to venture out towards the edge. I just have to trim one more edge down there. Here we are working on the Trast Treehouse. It was suggested to me by Brooke that we get a few action shots. You actually know how to put in some nails. So the proper way to put in a nail without smashing your finger, if I can demonstrate this properly, over here where my hand is. I can't hammer nails in with my face, so. Hold the nail where you want to start it. Give it a few good taps. Get your hands out of the way before you get the real swing going. Don't make it crooked. If you make it crooked, try it again.
And that's It's not your most successful nail.
My worst nailing job ever. Try it again. Here's what it should look like. Something like that.
The camera's going.
Hopefully you hit it every time and it goes faster and faster. That your aim gets to be better. That's how it should be done, actually.
It doesn't even look like you're hitting it in the video. It looks like your hammer's going next to it.
And that's how you get the nails into the wood. Until next time, the Trast Treehouse. This is Peter and all his faithful assistants, Skylar and Peter, Rookie holding the camera, and
Peter the second.
Bougie
I'm
and
Peter
Emily.
the second.
Until next time, more details to
Peter
come.
the third.
Trast Treehouse. All but the last couple little pieces in and trimmed. Got a little couple spots over there where the ladder's still tied up. We have to move the ladder so we can finish those last two little pieces. But the deck, for the most part, is made. Got to trim a couple more pieces in the back there, and that should be it. Then we're going to start putting up a couple walls on the side I'm standing on the east side, and then we'll put up some more video of that. And but the basic thing that I did is I've got some 5/4 by 6-inch planks. One thing I didn't point out in the previous video is the nice smooth bevel texture. And I may or may not have pointed out the fact that it's WeatherGuard, the high quality weather-treated stuff that should make it last for years and years, and at least 30 years or so. If I treat it, maybe a little bit longer. Well, the cicadas are singing their song, and the sun's going down in western Missouri, and we have finished the floors. We've got all the sections in now. It is complete, and it's now time to start building the walls, right, Skylar? And we're going to start building those tomorrow as soon as we design out a couple of them. We're going to mount them over here, I believe, on the eastern edge. And they're probably going to be, well, we have to decide, are they going to be 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall, or what? How big are the windows? How many windows? Where are doors going to be? And as soon as we get the design done and get it sketched out on paper, we're going to come up here probably tomorrow afternoon and build at least 2 walls, because we have to build at least 2 walls, and put them up, connect them together, and then see if we have to make any adjustments and go from there. Some other things I did want to mention, though, just from the point of safety. As we're working, one of the things we've done is we're using this ladder to climb up and down, and you can see we've tied the ladder on so that you don't have to worry about the ladder being kicked and dropped and getting stuck up in the tree or somebody falling and getting hurt. So remember, always safety first, and hopefully, hope someone's being safe over there, and hopefully that whenever you do your treehouse project, you won't have any problems getting hurt either. Everything else is ready to go. The cables are done. All of the structure is done. This thing is just, I can't even stress how solid that thing is. I just jumped and stomped as hard as I could, and this thing just doesn't move. So very happy at this point. Put some walls up and see what it looks like. Trast family treehouse. First wall is up. Got the window. Got to put in, I'm still missing a jack stud here that I have to put in. But the first wall is up. As you can see, I overshot my measurement because I didn't do my cut back. But that's okay. The first wall is up with the help of my neighbors Joel and Ian and Peter and Emily and all my other helpful assistants. And now it's time for wall number 2. Trast family treehouse. View from the ground. 2 walls up. So we got some windows on there. They're about 2 by 4. 2 feet by 4 feet. The next wall to the right will have a doorway. And I don't know what else I'm going to put on the back side yet. But that's how it looks so far. Notice, for safety's sake, I don't know if you can tell in the video here, I do have some rope lashing those walls. They're currently nailed together, but I've lashed them to the tree trunk just in case we get a little wind or someone climbs up there or whatever. And the ladder has been moved away from access, and the little kid shouldn't be able to access it. So this weekend, more walls and more details to come.